a giant teddy bear, that's essentially worthless. It has no worth at all. Everything in amusement park is literally worthless, right? Everything you eat there, the toys, all of it is bullshit, right? But within the confines of the amusement park, it has value, has novelty, right? Did the light bulb just come on? All right, let's carry on, right? So when a man goes into the woman's dimension, these things of unimportance now have importance. They have novelty, they have value. Sex is a woman's novelty. A man's desires to obtain that is her benefit, right? That's why someone in an amusement park can charge you, or whatever the case, like you go to, I don't know if you guys ever been to Disneyland and know stuff like that, right? But the fact that everybody knows that Disneyland is extremely overpriced, or even any amusement park. You went to Great Adventures or any Six Flags, whatever amusement park. Remember going to the amusement park back in the day? I remember everything being extremely expensive. Now, a lot of y'all, when y'all went to amusement parks, you were young. But a lot of you men you're now grown men with kids, right? And you've taken your kids to an amusement park and you realize, wow, why is this hot dog $30? What the hell is going on here? Why is everything so overly expensive? Because within the confines of the amusement park, within the walls of the amusement park, they can define the value of the novelty of the items within it. You understand what I'm saying? So when you jump through that portal and you go into the woman's world of novelty and amusement, right? Everything can be priced to whatever degree. The access, the ability to even talk to her, even dating is novelty. It is not important, right? But because you have to go into her dimension to actually date women, they set the price at some point. It's almost like the novelty, like a $50 hot dog, right? And you know you want ketchup and mustard and onions on it, but the ketchup and mustard is another $20. You just like, you know what? I'll just take a plain hot dog. I really don't want a plain hot dog, but because I have no choice, right? And I decided to enter into your realm where you can set the price for everything, the novelty of the hot dog. Now, even though I want a hot dog, I want a hamburger or some nachos. I do want cheese on my nachos. But because I'm in your world and now everything is overpriced, if you're following my analogy here, I'll just take the plain nachos, even though I want nacho cheese and jalapenos. And even you can add a little ground beef on there and a little, picadillo and some sour cream. I would love that. But I'll just settle for the plain dry ass nachos and no drink. You understand? This is what you have to deal with when you go into someone else's world of novelty. They can set the price, they can set the standard. The problem is when men spend too much time on the other side of that portal, it starts to rewire their thinking and they start to adapt or adjust to that world of novelty and amusement. They don't live in reality no more. They're not in a world that's meant for them to thrive. It's meant for them to pay and to be siphoned and to lose. It's like going into a casino, the same concept. Everything that I'm saying analogy wise, you can apply to casinos, amusement parks, nightclubs, all of that stuff. Just think of novelty and how that is based when it comes to business. It means once you walk through those doors, we can do whatever we want, right? And depending on how much you desire the novelty of sex determines how much you're going to pay when you jump through that portal, right? The same way a casino or amusement park or a nightclub, how much you want to enjoy your time on this side and hopefully get some of the top novelty, the one at the top, very, very top of everything in that dimension is the idea of sex, the idea of it, the hope for it, right? What do you